Hello and welcome to today's video. If this is your first time here, I'm Ashley. If it's not your first time here, welcome back. I am so excited to be sharing with you guys today a tag that I created. I have always wanted to come up with a tag, but it's a lot harder than you would think it would be, to be honest. While in the shower yesterday, I had this idea. I love watching beauty videos. No surprise there. And when I'm watching my favorite creators, I kind of always keep in the back of my mind, their skin type, the kind of foundation that they prefer, their face shape, because it kind of helps me know which products they recommend that might work for me, which ones probably won't, which makeup techniques are good for their face shape but not for mine, or we have the same face shape, so yeah, let me try that. It's just really good information to have. Now for my favorite creators, I know these things like the back of my hand. I know all these things about them. But when I start watching a new channel, it can take anywhere from 5 to 20 videos before I kind of learn all these things about a creator. So I thought, what if we took all these kind of, fast facts and put them in one place? And that is how the Beauty Biography Tag was born. I'm gonna go through kind of these, I think important to know things like skin type, face shape. To be clear, I do not think that you need to have everything in common or really anything in common with a content creator to enjoy their videos, but I think it's good information to have. So without further ado, let's get into the Beauty Biography Tag. So the very first question is, what is your face shape? I have a heart-shaped face. My face has like a little widow's peak here at the hairline, goes around. The widest point here is my cheeks, which sit up a little bit high, and then everything comes down into a defined jaw and chin. Face shape is a great thing to keep in mind when you're watching where a creator places their blush and their bronzer, their highlighter. You'll see a lot of times I'll kind of drape my blush a little bit because I can do that since my cheekbones sit up a little bit higher. That's just something to take into consideration. As an aside, if you're curious about your face shape, I will link a really great resource below that I always find to be really helpful when I'm trying to help my family members figure out what their face shape is, so that you can have that resource in case you want to try to figure out what yours is. Next question, what is your eye shape? So I have an upturned eye. I have, a crease, it's defined, it's there. I don't have hooded eyes, but my eyes are upturned, which just means that the outer corner of my eye sits up higher than the inner corner. So it kind of goes like whoop, a little bit. This is something that I really like to play up. So a lot of times you'll see me going with like an elongated eye. You'll see me kind of focusing on this outer corner and trying to bring it up because I really like that feature. So I do like to accentuate it a little bit. Eye shape is just something to keep in mind when you're watching creators do eye looks, because where you place your shadow is going to be so dependent on your eye shape. So something that looks good on someone with hooded eyes may not look great on you if you do not have hooded eyes, and vice versa. So it's good information to have in case you kind of need to tweak something. What is your skin undertone? I have very neutral undertones. I don't pull very cool. I don't pull very warm. I'm always gonna be looking for foundations that are very balanced in tone. What is your best foundation shade match? The very best shade match I have ever found for my skin is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Shade 5. It just always matches me beautifully. It's very balanced. It doesn't pull cool. It doesn't pull warm. It is literally, I think it is like the most neutral color I have ever found, and it matches me at all different kind of points in the self-tanning process. So it matches me when I'm very self-tanned, and it matches me like 3 days into my self-tan when I probably need to re-up. What is your skin type? I have dry skin. My skin's not that sensitive, but I do try to use a little bit more gentle products. What is your biggest skincare concern? So my biggest skincare concern is fighting the early signs of aging. Those include texture. I get a little bit of texture right through here because my skin doesn't turn over as fast as it did when I was like 20. And because my skin doesn't turn over as fast, I can get enlarged pores and blackheads on my nose, which I didn't used to, but I do now. What is your hair type? I have very fine hair. There's a lot of it, but it is very fine. Like the actual strands are like little baby hairs. And it is naturally curly. What is your biggest hair care concern? So because my hair is curly, I'm always trying to get like some smoothness and some shine to it. But at the same time, because it's fine, I cannot have any product that's gonna weigh it down, or I will have like helmet head. It just like, it can get weighed down so easily. So that's kind of my biggest hair care concern, is balancing volume with smoothing. What is your preferred foundation coverage? My preferred coverage is like medium to light. I always say medium, but I've kind of found that I tend to try to go like towards like the lighter side. If I have too much makeup or can feel it at all, I am like, no. I really like a medium light coverage. What is your preferred foundation finish? I prefer a skin-like finish. Anything from skin-like to dewy. I do not like matte finish. I can't do it. I think it's because I have dry skin. I just am drawn to a dewier finish. But anything from like skin, like a satin skin finish, all the way up to like shiny works for me. What is your biggest foundation concern? My biggest concern with foundation is, will it accentuate texture? That's like the #1 deal breaker for me with foundation. I always want to make sure that it's gonna sit well on my skin, even on days where maybe I'm struggling a little bit with the texture that I sometimes get right in here, like in the T-zone. What is your preferred concealer coverage? Medium, but I want to really pile it on. That's just how I am. What is your preferred concealer finish? I like a satin skin all the way up to dewy. I like it to start out not matte, because I always like to go in with a tiny bit of powder just to set. So I don't want to start out matte, because then when I put the powder on, I feel like it's just really matted down. I like something that's very similar to the foundation preference, which is satin skin to dewy, just so that I can then go in and make it a little more matte myself. Do you prefer a bold brow or a natural brow? I usually go for just this that I have on, a pretty natural brow. I don't know if it's just because I've never been good at doing a bold, like very bold, super defined brow. I can't get it down. But I just like a nice, natural, defined brow. Do you wear false lashes? I have lash extensions like always. So that's something to just keep in mind, because when I use a mascara, I'm not really gonna be using it up here. I just use it on the bottom lashes. And I put this question in there because, you know, some creators use false lashes like almost all the time. So those aren't really the places that I would go for mascara recommendations. And then some creators hardly ever wear false lashes. So I feel like they get more experience with mascara. So I don't know, that's kind of why I included that question. And the last question I put in there is, what feature of yours do you most like to accentuate when doing your makeup? I don't know, I just thought this would be a fun one to throw in there. So for me, sometimes I do play at my eye shape, which I mentioned, but I kind of play around with my eyes a lot. The one thing that I always accentuate is my face shape. I really like having a heart-shaped face. I like that I have high cheekbones. I like having like a defined jaw and chin. So you will always see me kind of playing that up. You'll always see me kind of doing like the 3. I just love to really like play up my face shape. I really enjoy having a heart-shaped face, so shout out to all my heart-shaped face friends out there. I so hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that having this information is helpful to you guys when you're watching my videos. Since this is a tag, I do want to tag my friends, let's see, Heather Austin, Karen Harris, and Samantha March. I will probably tag more people over on Instagram too when I'm thinking about it, but just off the top of my head, I would love to hear their answers. And I would also love to know in the comments, who do you want to see do this video? Be sure to tag them. If you make videos, I would love for you to do this tag. As I said, the questions will be down in the description box below. If you don't make videos, you can always give me your answers just in the comments. I would love to know all these things about y'all as well. I thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, you can always chat with me in the comments down below or over on Instagram. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. You take care of yourself. Bye.